Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all could be with us. Also, tuning in to our online affiliates around the world, including our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcasts. We're glad you all could join us as well. This is part of our For-Your Health segment. A recent HearingLife and Harris Poll survey found that 44% of Americans with hearing loss feel isolated during this time of the year, especially because they struggle to hear their family and their loved ones. HearingLife is hoping to help change that this holiday season through the Magic of Hearing Care campaign. Here to talk to us about it, we have two very special guests. We're excited to welcome psychotherapist and HearingLife spokesperson Tom Kersting. Also, we have joining us Dr. Leslie Solis. They're going to talk to us not only about the work that HearingLife is able to do, but also where you all can get more information. Thanks to the two of you for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Tom, I'm going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about the stigma of hearing loss for those who may not be impacted by it right now.
Yeah, so the number one stigma is that it's a sign of getting old, and that's why people avoid addressing, their hearing. But as an example, myself, I got hearing aids when I was 45 years old, which is considered pretty young, and it actually makes you feel younger. I mean, that's just the reality of it. You hear things that you haven't heard in a long time. Another stigma is that people associate hearing aids with these big clunkers that you have on the back of your ears, and that's not what they are. They're very small, beautiful, little digital devices that you can barely see.
And that is a great thing to mention, Tom, because you're right. I mean, the size of them is one thing that comes into mind. Dr. Solis, I want to ask you, what is the latest data telling us when it comes to hearing loss in the U.S. and the signs that our audience may be looking out for when it comes to seeing if they're experiencing hearing loss?
People can experience hearing loss in different ways, but the early warning signs that there may be a problem would be if you're struggling to understand in louder background noise environments, or if you need to have the television set turned louder than what's comfortable for others in the room. Another indicator would be if you have a constant ringing in your ears, or just frequently need people to repeat themselves over and over again. HearingLife did commission a survey, and we found that 72% of people with untreated hearing loss wish that they would be able to hear better during holiday gatherings. And in fact, 43% of people would rather just stay home than attend those larger family get-togethers. Isn't that sad?
Right, it is. But it really does show then how isolation can play a part, and especially aiding to depression as well. Tom, I mentioned that one of the things that HearingLife is doing is hoping to change the conversation and add to it with the Magic of Hearing Care campaign. Talk to us about that and how family and friends can help loved ones who are struggling with hearing loss.
Yeah, so here's what this campaign is about. It's called the Magic of Hearing Care, and it's a give-back program, basically. And what we're doing, and it's the holiday season, is we want to give back to society and help people understand the importance of proper hearing care. So the campaign does that by helping people with hearing loss to gain back those joyful sounds of the holiday season. So what we're doing with this campaign, which just launched yesterday, is that we're giving free hearing aids to 6 people that are in need, that are struggling with hearing loss, or if you have a loved one that is struggling. And what we're encouraging people to do is submit their stories to HearingLife.com/magic, and you may be one of those that's selected. Now, me personally, someone that's dealt with hearing loss for quite a while now, you have to understand that it doesn't just impact you, but it also impacts those around us, our loved ones. So what we want to do, the first thing is if we see any signs of hearing loss, is to encourage those individuals to get a hearing assessment with a qualified hearing professional.
I love that. And again, it goes to the importance of those conversations, of course, with the medical profession. Dr. Solis, I want to ask you about resources. I mean, for our audience out there who may be thinking they may be experiencing hearing loss, or for those who have family members they feel like might, what are the resources that are available to help those that are experiencing hearing loss, and where can they go to find out more information?
Cyrus, it all starts with getting that hearing assessment. That's the starting point. At HearingLife, we have licensed hearing care professionals that are going to provide that information, that education, and will guide people to making the right choice for the hearing health that is going to meet the personal needs of that individual, that's going to meet the budget of that individual. And by going to our website at HearingLife.com/magic, that's where you can learn more about this incredible campaign and submit your story or the story of a loved one that may be struggling with hearing loss, so that you would have an opportunity to be gifted with free hearing devices.
Great information. Again, HearingLife.com/magic. We're going to link that up for our audience joining us online. Again, our guests have been psychotherapist and Hearing Life spokesperson Tom Kersting, as well as Dr. Leslie Solis. We're talking with him today about, of course, hearing loss, one of those things that so many people are dealing with. As I mentioned, 44% of Americans feeling isolated because of hearing loss. And thanks to the two of you for this information and for the time today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Cyrus.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, and we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.